Okay, so the story is called The North London Book of the Dead, and it is written by Will Self in 2011. And it takes place in London, and it's about a boy or man who loses his mother to cancer, and he spends a lot of time in the hospital. But after her death, he feels haunted and he goes through different phases. The first one is intense depression, and then he dreams about her, and then he keeps seeing her people on the street who looks like her until the end when he accepts her death. But then one day he sees his mother in Crouch End, which is a suburb to London, and we find out that when people die, they have to move to a different part of London.
Yeah, and the North London Book of the Dead is written in a first-person narrative perspective. So the narrator of this story is the son, and this gives us only the possibility to see his point of view, and which means we only know what he chooses to tell us. Yeah, in the beginning, the text is very depressing, and serious because about the mother dying, and in the end she dies. But after the mother dies, the genre changes. It becomes like a comedy, um, where the author makes kind of fun of the subject life after death. So yeah, but also if you can like see the structure of the text, in the beginning it's a realistic story, but then it changes into like fantasy because he sees his mother. His mother is actually alive.
We have now the characteristics of the main character, and generally a bit of also a bit of the relationship, I think. Yeah. And we have the mother and the son, and you can generally characterize them before and after the death of the mother. And before her death, the mother, the narrator defines her at some point as his greatest critic, but also his greatest fan and a good talker, the mom. So it seems like they have a close relationship, even though he says he was still just getting to know her. So she liked her, but he thought her to be a bit incriminating. And she was very eccentric. She went around wearing these very colorful dresses, and she didn't want to be very like a normal burial. She wanted to be cheap and actually wanted the son to make his own casket for her. And yeah, she lacked a lot of tact. And she just said what she felt, and she was a raging materialist and atheist. But then, as she gets cancer, which she actually has from the start of the story, she ends up losing what was her, and just until she dies. And then after he meets her again when she's alive, she has somewhat mellowed in a way. She still has a lot of her energy, but she just doesn't question death, and she just acts like nothing has happened and isn't curious at all to see what the whole deal is. And she just throughout the whole story she has somewhat of she has a bit of a potty mouth. She's not very well. She just doesn't use very nice words a lot of the time. And then we have the narrator. There's not like there's not really that much about him other than he seems like a very dry personality. He has a very dry personality, and he's a bit simple, and he believes he would have lived until he was 40 at his mom's place. And he works and has somewhat of a social life, something of a social life, but doesn't really do a lot. Maybe at least he said he would define himself in having a better social sharpness than his mom, but that's pretty much it.
Yes, and then we have theme and message, and we think that the theme is life after death. And for those who believe in the Bible, they have this hope for that there is that you become alive after you die. For example, here that Jesus he dies and then becomes alive again. We think that the offer make us want to think outside the box and reflect another possible alternative to the original idea that you come to heaven after you die. Throughout the story, he makes death not that complicated, and he actually mocks religion. For example, we hear that instead of meeting Saint Peter at the gate into heaven, when you die, the mother needs a realtor. Also, we think the message is that when you lost someone that you very dear, he encouraged them to making them imagine that they're not gone forever, but they instead move to another place. For example, we hear in the story that he moves to another part of London.
Yeah. So all in all, it's a parable, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nej! I think it's because it's behind the video. We have it there.